Hello everyone, and welcome to another ship review video. For today's video I will show you the C1 Spirit. This is more likely a multi-roller ship. It has like different things that you can do with the ship, but mostly it's either cargo hauling or vehicle transporting. Also you can do some fights with it. But before going into the stats, or I should say the details, let's go over how the ship looks from the outside, what you can get in the inside, and what you can also do with the ship. So this is most likely the ship from the left side. We're going to do a little bit of circling around the ship, how to see it. Also you see these two vehicles right here. I will do a little bit of demo a little bit late in the video, but just for you guys to see the ship and how it looks like from the outside. So this is the right side of it, right? It's a quite big ship, I would say. It's probably it's bigger than the Cutlass, bigger than the Freelancer, obviously because it has 64 SEU cargo hold. So right now I'm going to go into the back of the ship. This is the only entrance for the ship. So it has like a big ramp, right? And then this is what you will see inside. So let me see if I can open this. Yes. So these are most likely components for each side, right? You have like different types of components. I think that we have so many interactions right here. This is the door that goes to the cockpit. By the way, it opens automatically, so you don't have to click anything. It also has like a button over here that you can actually click to open. Same as this one, so you have like two rooms before getting into the cockpit, and in the cockpit you have two beds and two seats. So this is a a ship for two players, right? And before going into explaining like a little bit of details, like what you can do with the ship, so mostly you can actually do some fights with it, because it has 4 size 3 MSA laser cannons, and also 4 size 3 missiles, and single size 2 shield generator. So in my opinion, this is not a fighting ship, obviously, but it is something that you can actually work with, because it's you can do some fights with it, obviously, in case of, you know, coming across some enemy ships. You can actually fight with them, but I will not take this one as a fighter. If I know that I'm going directly into a fight, I will not take this one. But in all the cases, it's a good ship also to do some fights with it. Not the optimal one, but it's a good one. Now, one minus to it, I will get into the seat so you guys can see it, how it looks like. This is the minus to it, is that I will not say so much a minus compared to the other ship, but it's you have some visual, right? So you have good visual on it, but on the back side, right, it's kind of like thick around here, so you can barely see in the back. So it's not a big minus to it. I mean, some ships do have obviously worse vision than this one, like the Freelancer. Obviously that's the probably the worst when it comes to visualization inside the cockpit, but this one is quite good. So now we'll go into the back of the ship, and let's see those tiny, I mean they're not so tiny, they're big vehicles, right? So in this area you will store 64 SEU cargo, right? So this is the area where you're most likely going to have it. If it has like around 50, if I'm not mistaken, this hallway will be empty, and the cargo will be laid on the right and on the left here, and this is like a pathway. If this one is full, I think that the hallway is going to be a little bit smaller, but you can also you can get to the cockpit quite easy, so you don't have to worry about that. And on top of that, let's see how the Cyclone and the Rock fits in. So besides carrying SEU on it, so cargo hauling, you can actually store vehicles on it. So let's go with the Cyclone first. Let me get over the ramp real quick. Right, so let's see how much space we have around the Cyclone inside the ship, right? So you can obviously get into the cockpit very easily. You also have a lot of space in the back. You can actually place like 2 or 3 SCUs over on the left and on the right side of it, right? Then you can actually close the doors right here. I don't know why it's not closing. Probably because I have like something in the ship. No, I didn't click it from the beginning. So this is closed, right? Now let's open the doors and remove the Cyclone from the C1 Spirit. And we will try to get the Rock. So let me move to this one. This is how I usually get out of the C1 Spirit with the vehicle. Try to look back, just in case. Usually if you walked on forward with this vehicle, there won't be any situations like hitting any parts of the ship. But just to be sure, kind of like look behind to not hit something, right? So let's place this one over here. And we will leave the Cyclone, and we will get into the Grey Cat. Now, for those who don't know what this is a light mining vehicle, so you can mine with this. So if you're one of those guys who like mining with the rock, not with the vehicles, not with the ship, you can use this one. So let's see how I can fit this one in. So just so you know, I never tried this one. I usually use the Cyclone to place it into the C1 Spirit. Let's see how the Rock will fit inside the C1 Spirit, right? So we need to be careful because the top is quite big. As you can see, the top of the Rock is bigger compared to the Cyclone. But let's see if I can get this one in. And there you go. Fits in perfectly. Now let me go in front, a little bit in front, right? Kind of like here. And let's get out of the Rock, and then let's see the space, what we still have, right? So this is the Rock. This is the actual, so you can actually get inside the cockpit, and you also have a lot of space, right? For like 2 or 3 SUs on the east side, right? Even more than that, because I think that one SU is kind of like here. You can place one over here probably, and 2 on top. So that's 4 SUs. That's 8 SUs in total. So that's one of the things. I think that you can actually make it, because of the size of it, you can put like the Rock on the right side, and you can fill this path with SUs, right? So you can have even more containers. So that's how you manage to squeeze the Rock and also some SEU in it. Now let me remove this big fella. Also need to be careful. Should be very easy to remove it. Right. So, as you saw, the C1 Spirit, in my opinion, probably. So I'm going to compare this one. Whoopsie! Can like trip and fall on this one. So, as I compare the C1 Spirit with other ships, the C1 Spirit has good cargo hold, has good weapons, good missiles, one single shield, but it's actually good, and also has a lot of space, so you can bring in a vehicle inside, right? So if you're one of those guys who like to do the light mining with the rock, this is how you get it. We use the C1 Spirit. There is like other options, like for example the cutlass, but the cutlass you need to kind of like be very careful when you bring the vehicle inside the ship, because you need to be perfectly aligned with because it has like a smaller area. So I would say if you struggle with the cutlass, you can actually bring the C1 Spirit and you can actually mine very easily, because as you saw, I didn't do any kind of like crazy stuff to get both of these vehicles inside the ship. So it's very easy to do it, and I think that in my opinion this is something that you want to have. Even let's say if you don't use the vehicles so much, the C1 Spirit in itself can actually grab a lot of cargo hauling and also for exploration, because in exploration you may find some things that you want to bring back into the ship, and I think that this ship is actually the best in my opinion to have. So nevertheless, what I will say also regarding the flying with this ship is not that bad. It's actually quite good, especially to the size, because it's a medium-sized ship, and the flying is actually quite good on it. The visibility, like I just saw you, so the visibility is quite good on it as well. You can see a lot of it. So compared to the price, so if I comparing the C1 Spirit with the price of the ship compared to the other ships, I think that this is a good investment. You can buy this one from, if I'm not mistaken, from the Horizon, and yeah, it's very perfectly small little, I mean not small, but yeah, it's actually a good ship in my opinion. So it's one of those ships that you kind of like want to have, obviously if you're doing other stuff besides fighting other ships. So in my opinion this is something that you want to have in your arsenal. So yeah, that's the video for it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like on the video. Comment if you have any other suggestions on what ship should I bring for the review for this channel, and also subscribe to see more videos like this. And until next time, have a good one.